When you authenticate to AWS, you're going to be using your username and password, but behind the scenes, there's other components that are actually being used. Your account is linked to a set of access keys, and these are created at the same time as a set when your user account was first created. You have an access key ID and a secret access key. Well, potentially a secret access key. This will depend if you've set up the account to also carry out scripting, which would require the secret access key to identify the user account that was creating the process. The access key ID and the secret access key are going to be used for authentication requests that actually need both of those keys, for example, the scripting. And each IAM user account can actually have two access keys because the best practice is that these keys are rotated. If you think about it, the keys created when your account's created. If the access key ID never changes, then potentially that could be hacked. So best practice is to rotate those keys through scripting. In some cases, there are services that are going to rotate those keys for you. If I'm provided with temporary access keys, this might mean I've authenticated first at work, say to Active Directory, and then I've come to Amazon and presented the fact that I have credentials in Active Directory, and Amazon also has a copy of those credentials so they can verify that my user account is valid. If I get through all the hoops and are approved, I will get temporary security credentials, which also include a security token. The access key ID plus the secret access key plus the security token. Now I've got three components that verify who I say I am. But that security token is only going to be valid for a short period of time. We're going to do a little more work on the security token service later on in this class, but that's where the security tokens for temporary access are actually generated from, by the security token service. So we have a couple of authentication options which require keys for validating who you say you are. And we also have another type of authentication that you might do, and this is authenticating to an EC2 instance. In order to authenticate to an EC2 instance, you'll have to have generated a key pair, and you'll have to have linked that key pair to the specific EC2 instance. If you didn't carry out that task, you're never authenticating to that EC2 instance. You'll have to start over. So the key pair consists of a public and a private key generated at the same time. The private key is a digital signature, and the public key is joined at the hip to the private key, so it validates that signature held on the private key. And this is used for an SSH logon to EC2 instances. Key pairs can also be used to create signed URLs to access private content via CloudFront.